Hi there. Welcome to Tanzania School Foundation Spring 2021 Video Newsletter. Thank you so much for watching. Really, I appreciate it. Tanzania School Foundation has had a really difficult 12 months. Our fiscal year ends at the end of the month. And after a recent review of our financial documents, we have come to recognize that we are down over 60% revenue year over year. It's been a really challenging time for us. We are a grassroots organization who goes out into communities and shares the good word and sells Tanzanian art and gathers volunteers at large events. We have had none of that over the past year. Well, they were all events with unknown results, and now we know that it was a $75,000 loss to our organization. We know that nonprofits and small businesses all around the country have been really hit hard with the pandemic. Only 10% of our students are sponsored, and that's nothing new, but usually we made up the balance by running food concessions at Gillette Stadium with hundreds of volunteers every year. Volunteers that would attend concerts and events and football games in the freezing cold, all to give kids an education. We didn't have any of that. It resulted in a loss of approximately $25,000. Throughout the year, I set up a 10 by 10 tent loaded with Tanzanian art and sell it at music festivals and conferences and markets all across New England. As you know, in the past year, everything has been canceled. Conferences have still not resumed, and music festivals haven't resumed. Even at Gillette Stadium this year, there is not one concert at the stadium. We have a few Revolution Soccer games and then the Patriot games. The Tanzania School Foundation lost $75,000 last year, which gave us no opportunity to make up that 90% of sponsors, which we usually pay for. We never had the sponsorships needed to run the school. It was all grassroots efforts, thanks to you and many others who volunteer with us. And if you sponsor a child or helped out this year, thank you. 100% of your donation went to Tanzania. You know, in Tanzania, every year we would have hundreds of visitors and dozens of volunteers working or showing up on the campus of Father Christmas Academy. Many of these visitors and volunteers were inclined to make a donation or support a child's education. We have had no visitors in the past 16 months at Father Christmas Academy. Our hand-painted Christmas ornaments, which we sold to hotels and gift shops en route to Serengeti, have not placed an order for Christmas ornaments in the past 16 months also. Again, these two sources of income have resulted in thousands of dollars of revenue to support our school in Tanzania. Their loss puts the burden even longer on us, and we have not been able to make up that difference. So on top of the $75,000 that we lost in the United States, there are thousands more dollars an opportunity that we lost in Tanzania. But with that said, we've neglected the Tanzania School Foundation in the United States. We put our insurance policies on hold in September since we had no activity going on. But now that the United States is reopening again, we need to reinstate those insurance policies. We need to fund galas and events. We need to pay for vendor space at markets and conferences and music festivals throughout New England. But the reality is, we have $400 in the bank right now. That's right, folks, $400. I have not received any payment for the work I do with this organization in a very long time. Everything was put on hold to benefit those in Tanzania. But now I need to focus on reopening in the United States, and we need money to make money. And as we reopen in the United States, I will have that additional funding to send to our staff and students in Tanzania. Our faculty in Tanzania didn't get paid for the month of May. They worked hard. They educated the kids. They took care of the campus. They managed all the programs. And we at TSF in the USA had no funds to pay them this month. That's our reality. There's a big divide in this country. And some corporations did really, really well during the pandemic. And some individuals did really well, working from home, not paying for commuting fees or buying that coffee in the morning or paying for parking. And there are organizations like ours who have been hit really hard. And there are tens of thousands of people like me. I applied for an SBA loan last week. It takes 3 to 4 weeks to process right now. Today's the deadline of applying. So many businesses and gig workers are applying for the funding they need to get started again. We also got an invitation to apply for an EIDL grant. It's a $10,000 grant from the government to help you start your business again. And there's a targeted EIDL grant. We applied, we're waiting to hear, but that too takes 3 to 4 weeks. Everything takes time. But our need is urgent. We don't have that month to wait. We want to get going again and start living and raising funds and meeting new people. We want to share our good work with the rest of the world. We haven't had that opportunity. And I'm asking you from the bottom of my heart to support us. If you have, thank you. And if you haven't yet, I ask you, even any little donation would make a huge difference. And if everybody watching this video would donate something, we can be on the road to recovery. Eric sent me some video footage of some of our students at home. Meet their parents, meet their siblings, and see where they live. And maybe that'll help you make a decision. I hope you can support us. Thank you so much. You know, and I'd really like to go back to Tanzania this year. I was thinking October, but at this rate, we have no funding to send me back to Tanzania, and that breaks my heart. And how can I do what I do best without the necessary funding to do it? You know, a lot of people have been traumatized over this pandemic. They've been unable to live the life that they wanted to live. Life changes, and you just go along with it. It isn't easy, and it isn't pretty. But we survive. Thanks for making it this far. I look forward to your support.
My name is Hirat. I'm grade 2 at Father Christmas Academy. My father's name is Maulid. My mother's name is Malaysia. I like to play football. I like to eat banana and rice. I like to read storybooks. I like to read sentences. Thank you for all your support. I love you.
Kwa jina naitwa Rehema Omari, nipo Mlangarini. Mume wangu alifariki mwaka jana mwezi wa pili. Kwa jina huyu hapa anaitwa Shazima Sadiki. Na huyu hapa anasoma shule ya msingi Mlangarini. Na huyu anasoma shule ya msingi, huyu anaitwa Johari Sadiki. Anasoma shule ya akademiki, Father Christmas Academic. Nashukuru sana kwa msaada ambao nilioupata kwa mtoto wangu Johari, na Mungu awatie nguvu. Mimi nipo tu, ni mama wa nyumbani, sina kazi ninayofanya yoyote, ni mama tu wa nyumbani.
Mimi ni Saida Isa Hongoa, mama watoto wawili. Wa kwanza Brighton Edward, wa pili Brightness Edward. Mimi ni mama wa nyumbani, sina kazi. Baba yao ni dereva daladala ila hajaajiriwa.
majina ni Mary Josefu Meloti. Mimi ni mama wa nyumbani na watoto watatu, Karen, Catherine na Milan.
Hello, my name is Catherine. I'm going to at Father Christmas Academy. I am happy to be at Father Christmas Academy. Thank you for all the support and love.
Mimi ni mama yake mkubwa wa Ebeneza. Nilimlea mama yake, akaugua, akafa, nikabaki nimeachwa mtoto akiwa na mwezi na siku 2. Kwa hiyo nikaendelea kumlea mpaka sasa hivi alipopata neema hii. Na mimi ni mama tu wa nyumbani, sina biashara nayo kufanya zaidi ya kulima.